Welcome everybody, my name is Ola El Hosseini. In this tutorial I am going to show you how to create automated advanced filter by using macros and the VBA. In this tutorial I have a sheet. This sheet contains the sales transaction for my products, and I have another sheet. This sheet I am going to use it in the search operation, and I want if select a specific brand like this or specific model and press the search button. Automatically Microsoft Excel displays the sales transaction for this model. And if I want to print the active sheet, I can press the print button like this. Now Excel is going to print the active sheet. Let me show you how to do this. In this example, I am going to use the advanced filter and the macro. Okay, the first step, we have to prepare the sheet so I can use the advanced filter. In this example, I am going to use the category heading and the brand heading and the model name heading in the filter operation. So the first step, I have to copy those headings like this, Control C, and paste this heading in this area, Control V. Now I copy the heading which I am going to use it in the advanced filter. Okay, the second step, I have another sheet. This sheet I am going to use it in the search operation. Okay, I have to prepare this sheet. Okay, so the first step, I have the heading which I am going to use it in the advanced filter, category heading, and the brand heading and the model name heading. And each heading contains drop-down list. This list contains multiple options. The category contains multiple options, and the brand name contains drop-down list. This list contains the different or multiple brands, and if I select a specific brand, its related model name will be displayed in the other list like this. If you want to know how to create dependent list, there is a link for dependent list video. You can watch it. Okay, so the first step, we have to prepare the heading which I am going to use it in the search operation. Okay, the second step, I want, when I pick any category or brand or model name, automatically this option displayed in the sales transaction, this area. Okay, so I am going to use the if function. Okay, the first step, I highlight the cell, and in the formula bar I type equal if opening parentheses and select the search sheet like this, and B3 which contains the category name, and I want to check if the cell contains the value or not. So I type equal double quotation twice. I type double quotation twice. This means I want to check if the cell contains values or not. Okay, if the cell is empty, okay, so I want to make the cell empty, so I type double quotation twice. Otherwise, type the value in the P3, so I select P3 again. And press enter. Okay, and I want to repeat this formula with the brand name and the model name, you can copy the formula. So I drag it like this. Okay. If the source sheet contains no values, okay, the cell will be empty. And if the user select the value, automatically this value will be displayed in the sales transaction sheet. Okay, this is the first step. Now the sales transaction sheet is ready to use with the advanced filter. Okay, the second step, I am going to use macro. This macro will record the advanced filter operation. Okay, the first step, we have to display the developer tab. Okay, you can this tab, if the tab doesn't display it, you can display it by right click in the ribbon bar like this and select customize the ribbon and select, be sure this option is marked developer tab. Okay, and press OK. Now the developer tab is displayed. Okay, now I am going to record the macro. If you don't know what is the macro, is, we use macro when we want to make something automated. Okay, so I can use it multiple times by press a button or picture, anything. Okay, so now I am going to record the advanced filter operation. Okay, the first step, I press record macro, this command, and type a name for my macro, and be sure the macro name isn't contains any space or dot or dash. If you want to separate the words, you can use the underscore. Okay. And press OK. Now every step will be recorded by the macro. Okay, the first step, I want to be sure this area is clear. So I select A6, the first cell, and press Ctrl Shift in. This means I want to select from A6 to the end of the data. Okay, and press delete from the keyboard, or you can select home, clear, and select clear content like this. The second step, I am going to apply the advanced filter, so I select the sales transaction sheet and select any cell in the header row, for example A7, and select the data tab, advanced. Okay, and be sure the filter the list in place is checked, and this is the default option. And in the list range, specify your data and be sure to include the header row like this. In this example, I am using table. Okay, and in the criteria range, be sure to select your criteria area. In this case, from B4 to D5 and press OK. Now Excel displays the sales transaction for my product. Okay. The next step, I want to copy the result to the search sheet. So I select A8, the first cell, and press Ctrl Shift End. That means I want to copy from the active cell A8 to the end of my data. And copy the result, so I press Ctrl C and go to the search sheet and select A6 and paste my data, so I press Ctrl V like this. Then the second step, I want to remove or clear the filter, so I select the header row, for example A7, and select the data tab and select clear. Then I want to go to the search sheet and select any cell, for example category cell. Okay, then I am going to stop the macro. Okay, so I select developer and stop recording. Okay, the next step, I want to run the macro. Okay, we can run the macro by multiple ways. Okay, for example, you can select shape like this one. Okay, or you by using insert tab and shapes, select any one and make the format you want. Okay, or you can create a button from the developer tab, select insert button and draw it. You can double click. When you double click, there is a dialog box will be displayed to assign your macro. Okay, and select your macro and press OK. And you can display a name for your button by right click and select edit text and specify the name of your button. Okay, now we can use our macro. Specify the brand and the model. And press search. Now Excel display the sales transaction for my product. Let's try another one. Okay, now Excel displays the sales transaction for my product as you see. Okay, the next macro, I am going to print the active sheet. Okay, so I am going to record another macro. Okay, so I select developer tab and record the macro and specify a name for my macro. And press OK. Okay, the first step, I want the header row to be repeated in all the pages. Okay, so I select page layout, print title. Okay, and in rows to repeat at top, I select the header row, in this case row 5, and press print. To specify the setting for my printing. Okay, the first step, I specify the printer and specify anything any setting you want, and I want all the column to be printed in the same page. Okay, so in no scaling I select fit all column on one page like this and press print. Okay, then I stop recording and I want to run the macro multiple times by using a button. So from the developer tab I select insert button, double click and select the name of my macro and press OK and specify a name for my button by right click, edit text, okay, and specify a name. Okay, let's try it. And if I want to print my active sheets, so I select print. Now Excel is printing my active sheet. Okay, that's it. If you like the content, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. There is always new videos. Thanks for watching and see you in another tutorial.